watching the Home Team Championship celebration live from the University of Alabama on WVUA TV.
And you are looking live at University Boulevard in the heart of the University of Alabama campus, and you can see it coming our way, this big national championship parade. People in Tuscaloosa have waited 20 years for a national championship parade. They've had some national championships, but not a parade, and a great crowd out there. As soon as it makes it to our location, we will be bringing you this parade live, uninterrupted.
Yeah, Terry, you know, if you're an Alabama fan, and I'm assuming most of the people here today are Alabama fans, this is a real treat because you've got an opportunity to rub elbows with some of the stars from the Crimson Tide football program, and they're all here.
Yeah, they are all here. One of these people is Eli Gold, the voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide. He's the MC of today's celebration. I got a chance to sit down with Eli in Miami just a couple of days before the national championship game. It's neat to look back now and hear some of the things he had to say right before history was made with this most recent Alabama national championship. Here's a little bit of what he had to say. You're about to call your fourth national championship game, already done 3 with 3 Alabama wins. 1 national championship would be a big deal in someone's career, but 4 is pretty remarkable. Talk a little bit about that.
You pinch yourself, you really do. You know, it's nothing you can presume. It's nothing you can take for granted. I've been blessed to be working for a magnificent university which has a spectacular program. You know, if the team was no good, you know, they wouldn't just send us to the national title game because Eli wants to go to the game. I've been with the right people, and, you know, I look back, I have not only done 4 national championship football games, but I've done championship winning baseball teams. I have done, you know, Stanley Cup hockey teams. I have just been lucky to be with great organizations or great universities, and it's been a magnificent run. It really has, and Lord willing, it'll go on for many, many more years.
Of course, this is the Nick Saban era of Alabama football. Fans are very interested in him, but he's a pretty private person. Talk a little bit about your relationship with Nick Saban.
I really believe that in many regards he's a shy man. I really do. I've never seen a guy work a room like he. When we're on the road doing the Crimson Caravan or functions like that, watching Nick Saban deal with the folks, with the fans, and the way this man, who is now 61, which isn't old by any stretch, but he's not 41 or 31, to see the way he deals with the youngsters of today, whether he's recruiting them or whether they're already students at the university and he's just trying to get them to support the program and be part of all that goes on. There's a magic that he has. And the very first time I met him as Alabama's head coach, I, of course, had some light dealing with him when he was at LSU. But after seeing him in person, up close, doing some work with the university and with the kids, I went home and told my wife, I said, now I get it. Now I know why this man has every year the top recruiting class or the second best recruiting class in America. There's just something about him. But he's not going to necessarily sit around and shoot the breeze and tell jokes and, you know, ask how mom and them are doing. You know, he's intent on winning football games. And, you know, once I understood that he wasn't mad or upset when he wasn't talking, as opposed to other coaches who talk to me all the time. But those other coaches left the university without championships. Nick doesn't talk that much, but he needs a shopping basket full to carry his titles around. So I'll take that.
And I don't think Eli will mind if we cut out a little bit early because the moment at hand is right behind us, Terry.
It is finally here, and the excitement, you can hear the fans here. The excitement is coming up to the next level. They are yelling. They want these coaches and players back here to know that they are here to support them.
Yeah, and it's going to get loud. They're going to come right next to us. The first thing you'll see will be the escort, police motorcycles, color guard as they lead in the, right there it is, in fact, as they lead into the parade. And speaking of Eli, the voice of the Crimson Tide, and what an incredible announcer he is, he will be handling the MC portion of the championship celebration, and he'll also kind of lead off the parade as well, Terry.
Yeah, he will. And just, the experience from his perspective has got to be really neat. And here comes the beginning of this parade, the police, followed by the color guard.
And always beautiful to see the flags lead off a parade, the state flag, various flags, obviously the United States of America flag. And again, this is a celebration of Alabama football, but we all celebrate the fact that we live in a great country where we're allowed to have college football and allowed to participate in these sports. And great job by the color guard there, and also University Police as well.
Yeah, and speaking of those folks, they play a big role in all these crowds and Alabama football, so we certainly appreciate that.
There you see one of the Built by Bama tractor trailers that are carried. Terry, you always think about the football team flying in and playing, but when they play on the road, these trucks have to be sent out days in advance. Imagine when they played at the Rose Bowl out in Pasadena in the BCS Championship game out there. Those trucks headed out a week in advance. They have to be packed, loaded. Your training staff, your managers, all of these people are just critical to the success of a football program. And look at this beautiful 18-wheeler right
Yeah,
here.
It's impressive. And I want to tell you that on the way back from Miami, I passed one of these on the road. And when you see it come by, you know that this is clearly built by Bama. As it says right on the side, it also says the process begins here, which has special meaning to Alabama fans these days.
Indeed, and like everything associated with Alabama football, it's first class. I mean, that is a multi-$100,000 rig right there. Let me tell you, that is a very expensive rig, and it is outfitted to the hilt.
And a great demonstration of the work that goes into all of this.
And here comes Eli right here, Terry.
Here he comes. And such a his face is recognizable, but that voice is unmistakable.
And again, as you were saying in your piece, Alabama is so fortunate to have an acclaimed national broadcaster as the voice of Crimson Tide football. I mean, he's done NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, and he does a terrific job.
And the schedule he keeps is unbelievable.
Almost as busy as you and I.
Just almost.
All right, coming by us right now is Joe Panunzio, the Director of Football Operations, and Willie Carl Martin, Director of Player Development. Now, to give you a little insight, the Director of Football Operations, Terry, he's in charge of everything from booking hotels to finding, where they're going to stay on the road, all those types of things. Helps a lot in recruiting, getting weekends set up. And Willie Carl Martin, longtime high school coach in the state of Alabama. He is a guy, as one of the directors of player development, he is here for the players. Whatever they need, he helps them with it.
And then we've got behind them the graduate assistants and support staff. And, I mean, it really does take a massive team of people to make all of this happen.
Yeah, one of those graduate assistants that you saw walk by is Wesley Neighbors. And if that sounds familiar, his father, Wes, was an All-American center. His grandfather, the late Billy Neighbors, was an All-American two-way lineman for Coach Bryant and a former NFL player. There is Tim Castile, former Crimson Tide player, and his family.
We've got some future Alabama players and supporters right there. Check that out.
Yeah, that's Tim Castile, played football here for Mike Shula. His dad, Jeremiah, an All-American under Coach Bryant, an NFL player. Tim played in the NFL with the Arizona Cardinals. He's now back here coaching, beginning his coaching career at Alabama. Coming up here, the man in the back there of the truck is Jeff Allen. He is the head athletic trainer for the University of Alabama. You talk about an important position, keeping those guys healthy and well and out on the field. That falls under the care of Jeff Allen. You see him right there. Very good shot.
All right, and we have a fire truck coming up not too far behind them from the Athens Fire Department, and these are let's see, we've got some young fans here and managers and trainers, I believe.
Yeah, just some more staff here at the University of Alabama and some of their children getting to ride on a fire truck, and thanks to the Athens Fire Department. And what a thrill for a child to be able to be in this parade and then also ride on a fire truck at the same time.
And any parade is cool, but this parade has got to be very special. And, I think we know who this guy is coming up right here.
You think?
Yeah, and he's got a friend with him, too, today. You usually don't get more than one mascot, but here is
Big Al, and then his buddy Opie. Opie is the, and here goes Big Al.
Here he
Give him a high five,
comes.
in fact. How about that, Terry? Get you some of that. And Opie is the Orange Bowl mascot. Of course, the Orange Bowl hosted the BCS Discover National Championship game this year, and good that Obi could come up and celebrate. And he's feeling good. And of course, Big Al. I mean, Alabama fans, young and old alike, love him.
It's amazing to see the reaction that when you see Big Al and get out with the kids, but even grown-ups, they get so excited when they see Big Al. And I mean, who would blame them?
You see the North Star Paramedic Service ambulance coming through. Of course, they provide their skills and expertise on the sidelines, helping if there's an emergency need. Those players are, able to get into an ambulance and get to the hospital right away if needed. And here's Edgar driving the North Star Paramedic Services ambulance right there. In fact, know Edgar well, and he loves Alabama football and does a great job. Again, it takes so many people to oversee a big-time football program like this. And this next man right here, very important in terms of the BCS.
Yeah, this is Bill Hancock, the BCS Executive Director, has come up for this event, and really neat to have the BCS here. And Alabama so dominant in the BCS the last few years. Also, the next person, Lissa Hanley Tyson. Now, this is the 2012 Alabama Homecoming Queen. Talk about history. She is the great-granddaughter of Coach Bear Bryant.
How about that? Her dad, Mark Tyson, and Coach Bryant's grandson, and she is the Homecoming Queen. And now another very beloved aspect of University of Alabama football, the $1 Million Band.
Yeah, and what a great band. And, so the number of people who are part of this, the band is with them every step of the way, every game.
And there they go, playing Yale, Alabama. Let's just listen to this for a moment.
I think so.
Music to Alabama fans' ears everywhere. Yay, Alabama performed by the $1 Million Band, and now the drum line's coming in, so their percussionists are going to bang on the cymbals and hit those drums. And I tell you, I love it all, Terry, but I think when the band comes through, it's one of the highlights for me.
The reaction to this, I mean, the crowd just automatically goes crazy. And who wouldn't? I mean, they're fantastic.
And while the percussionists play, we talk so much about the football team and the preparation that's needed to be championship caliber. What about the band? We drive by every day in July and August when it's 105 degrees and they're out there working their rear ends off.
They do, and they love what they do, which is so important. You can tell it, and talk about the dedication.
And that's why they sound so good, all the time and energy. And it's an honor for the University of Alabama to have one of the best marching bands in the country to go hand in hand with the best football team in the country. And the $1 Million Band, a lot of members, and they're still going by us right here. Wow, you do get we see them on the field from the press box, but this is a huge marching band.
And, some of these members in their college career, they have gotten to experience more than one national championship, which is really exciting for them.
Yeah, if they're seniors, they're just like the football players. They've had 3 of them. And again, you just can't take that. You can't take that for granted. So many schools work years and years and years just for the opportunity to play in a BCS championship game, yet alone win it. Alabama's won 3 of the last 4. And we're about to have a real special treat following up the band.